What's up, everybody? It's the Late Night Beard Show here on Happy Beard Games. For tonight's episode, we have a little bit of a disaster going on the set right now. Due to an unfortunate extreme tap dancing incident, the set is now destroyed. That's why we're in a different corner of the room right here, behind the scenes. But we will have a new set coming up soon in future episodes, so stay tuned for that. And that'll be a real exciting new set to have a lot cleaner, a lot safer, a better work environment for me. Alright, without any further ado, we've got 2 more levels of Disney's The Lion King on the Super Nintendo in a Let's Play format, continuing on from last week's. And we've got a movie review of Disney's Robin Hood, which was one of my favorite movies by Disney. I love the animation style, and you'll hear a lot more about that in the later part of this episode. Alright, let's jump in with that Let's Play of Disney's The Lion King on the Super Nintendo. Today on the Late Night Beard Show. Yeah. Part 3 of The Lion King for the Super Nintendo, a Let's Play series right here on Happy Beard Games' The Late Night Beard Show. And we're jumping in with the cheat code Barry, so B-A-R-R-Y. And we gotta choose our level. We did the first few levels of the game. We did the Stampede, so now we're on Simba's Exile. Go back to options, make sure it's on the easy difficulty. And let's start level, or not really level 3, but the 3rd video.
It starts.
It starts. I love that. I love that. It's a really nice animation too. Alright, Simba's Exile. This is right after the... yeah, we gotta keep running actually. This is right after the Stampede stage. So basically he gets out of the Stampede, he's exiling himself pretty much, under Scar's evil influence to get out of the Pride Lands. This level's tricky for a couple reasons. There's going to be a chase sequence, which I might mess up. You gotta roll into that. Okay, there we go. That wasn't too bad. I'm actually doing this pretty well. Yeah, that's the other tricky reason. There's like rocks that randomly like fall from the sky, and it's kind of dumb because like they can really mess you up. Like if a rock came on that part where I was running, it would really mess me up and it'd probably just get me killed. So you run over these, you jump over the prickers because that's what the bottom of the ground is there. Ow. Like that, yeah. You jump on the pricker brushes. I'll go down here. If I can avoid these rocks, then we're good. See, some of these ledges you can climb up on, like the ones that are like a little bit big. And these little ones you can just swing off of. So you gotta be very careful. I gotta look down. Okay. Oh good, we got the checkpoint. Wait, where do I go? Oh. I didn't know where I was going. Okay, I might die soon. I'm not sure. Yeah, whoa. Well, that's a new thing for me. I predicted my own death. But I didn't know the porcupines could hurt you. It makes sense. I know they could hurt you if, you flip them over by rolling into them. If you... Wow, what the heck? If you, if they land on you upside down, which totally makes sense, they'll still hurt you. So, like, you don't want them to land on you. Just roll through all of them. What am I doing? You know what I noticed about this stage? There's not a whole lot of health packs in this stage. Or, like, the bugs you eat for health. There's not a whole lot of them. I haven't seen any, actually. Which is weird because the last level and future levels will be filled with bugs. That makes sense because of the way the level is. But, yeah, there's no bugs. And that level went by really fast. I usually have a hard time with that stage, but we did it in a couple lives. And tonight's mini-movie review is Walt Disney's Robin Hood, one of my favorite Disney movies. This movie is a retelling and a reimagining of the classic Robin Hood story. It features anthropomorphic characters, basically animals in the shape of humans, that can talk and walk and fight and sing and dance in this retelling of Robin Hood's classic story. Robin Hood is a movie that I personally love. It says it's part of the Masterpiece collection and a Disney classic, but I'm not sure if I agree with that or not, because it might have sold well, it might have been regarded as a classic by some people, but it almost seems like a cult classic amongst the huge library of Disney movies that are out to this day. So if you can consider a Disney movie a cult classic, I think Robin Hood would be one of them that would be considered a cult classic, even though it's not truly a cult classic, because it's a Disney movie, it's big. But it's also one of the lowest budget, or maybe the lowest budget, major Disney animated movie. Which is kind of interesting. And if you look around on YouTube, you can find comparison videos where the animators of Robin Hood reused some of the animatics from other Disney movies, including Aristocats and Snow White and The Jungle Book and other ones. But what is the basic plot of Robin Hood and why do I like it so much? It's a retelling of the classic Robin Hood story once again. You've got Robin Hood as a fox, you've got Maid Marian as a vixen, you've got Friar Tuck and Little John as a bear. And in this story, it's kind of presented in a weird way. I don't think a movie like this would ever come out in the year 2022. A movie like this just isn't formatted the way that movies are today. And what I mean by that is it almost feels like a TV show. The way it's presented is like little tiny episodes in this hour-and-a-half long movie. And there's like specific scenes that feel almost like episodes of a show. It's almost like there's 3 acts. There's the first act where it introduces Robin Hood and Little John, and they're stealing from Prince John, not to be confused with Little John. Prince John is the evil leader of the kingdom. And basically, they're robbing from the rich, giving to the poor. Prince John, the evil Prince John, has taxed the people of the town and the kingdom way too much so that everyone's poor, and nobody likes Prince John. But they can't overthrow him because he has an army and a kingdom and a castle. There is a little bit of backstory between Robin Hood and Maid Marian, and that Maid Marian and Robin Hood had a relationship when they were much younger. A lot of time has passed since then. Robin Hood is now a thief and an outlaw, and Maid Marian's still the maiden. But also, she only knows him pretty much from his wanted posters that Prince John has put up around the kingdom, and the Sheriff of Nottingham has put up around Nottingham as well. So once again, it feels like there's 3 different acts to this movie. The first one is Robin Hood and Little John stealing from Prince John all his gold and then bringing it to the village and giving it out to the poor people. The second act is the tournament, where they have a tournament hosted by Prince John in order to not only find Robin Hood, but the basic goal of the tournament is whoever wins it will be able to kiss Maid Marian. And so Robin Hood and Little John go to the tournament in disguise. Robin Hood disguises himself as a bird, Little John disguises himself as a different person. The tournament to kiss Maid Marian is an archery tournament, and Robin Hood is the best archer in the kingdom. That's his main weapon of choice too. So he uses his bow and arrow, wins the tournament, and then before he is uncovered to be actually Robin Hood, he does win the tournament and win Maid Marian. But then Prince John finds out shortly after. The third act of the movie is the rescue and escape from the castle, which basically the Sheriff of Nottingham at some point has taken Friar Tuck and put him in the prison. Not only Friar Tuck, but a majority of the people in the town that couldn't pay their taxes are also brought into jail. So they're all in jail in the kingdom. Robin Hood and Little John sneak in, past the guards. They not only rescue all the townspeople, but they steal all of Prince John's money. Of course, Robin Hood gets a little greedy and steals a little too much money. He wants to get every bit of gold that Prince John has. This alerts the guards. A lot of chaos ensues. The whole place catches on fire. Robin Hood narrowly escapes by jumping into the river. And basically, that's how the movie ends. And that's basically how the movie resolves itself. Robin Hood rescues all of the townspeople, gives them all the money back. The original king, King Richard, comes back and rules the kingdom rightfully. And then Robin Hood and Maid Marian get married and ride off into the sunset on their carriage. There's much more to the movie, of course, but it's a very basic and simple story. It's very easy to understand for all ages, and it is rated G. This movie is easy to pick up and watch just because it's short and it's simple and it's really easy to get into. It almost feels like a TV show at this point because of the way it's presented once again. I don't know, it has this weird feeling like I'm watching a few episodes of a show. But because of that, I love the presentation of this movie. It's not like over the top like a big budget movie. It's not convoluted in its story. It doesn't have too much like dialogue between the characters, but you get the idea of what's going on in the movie and who the characters are, how they relate, what their roles are in the story. You've got the Sheriff of Nottingham, you've got Robin Hood, you've got Maid Marian, you've got Prince John, you've got Friar Tuck, you've got a cast of characters that you know them right away. Just from their names and their appearance and their roles, you understand what their part is in this story. And speaking of the music in this movie, it has a very early 70s rock style music mixed with orchestrated soundtrack. So it does have some surprisingly rock and roll influences on the soundtrack. Like you hear some electric guitars every once in a while that sound very early 70s style too, which is pretty cool. And speaking of the art style of this movie, I love the art style of this movie. It's very colorful. It's very high resolution if you watch the Disney Plus version, which I'd recommend over the VHS version, because that version is just, they did a really good job remastering this movie on that. You can see every little detail that the artist put into the movie. And the decision to use anthropomorphic characters feels very Disney, although they're not quite as cartoony as Mickey Mouse or Goofy or Donald Duck. They're more seriously taken here. There is comedy and slapstick and stuff like that, and it makes sense, but it's not quite as cartoony as Mickey Mouse cartoons. But it still really works for this Robin Hood story, and I really like the idea that they made them animal characters instead of just people. Because they could have done that, like they did with Pocahontas, or Beauty and the Beast, or any other Snow White, you know, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, that kind of stuff. But they kept them as animal characters, which is cool. And I didn't know Jimmy was in here. Jimmy, how long have you been in here? So that's my little review and thoughts on the movie Robin Hood. I really enjoy this Disney masterpiece, as it's called, and I highly recommend it to anyone who's interested in this movie to check it out right now. It's on Disney Plus. It looks amazing. Check it out. You won't have a bad time. You'll have a fun time watching this awesome movie. Wow, I'm genuinely surprised how well that Simba's Exile stage went for me. Usually it takes me a lot longer than that. Like, it usually takes me a good 5 to 10 minutes. At least it seems like it does. But now we're on Hakuna Matata, which plays the awesome Hakuna Matata song that you know and love from Toy Story. Yeah, it's in the movie Toy Story, but I mean, literally, it's from Lion King. I do like the reference that they have of it in Toy Story, though, when it's in the car. This level's kind of hard because you got these spiders that run really fast, and they kind of have a pattern, but if you can catch up with them, and hit at the right spot, you can kill them. I thought I killed that pro. That was weird. Maybe that's something else. This level's harder, and I haven't played this one as much as the other levels in the game. Usually I get stuck on Simba's Exile, like when I'm just playing this one-off by myself on like one day, and then I'll get bored. But usually also I'm not playing it like starting at Simba's Exile, because I usually just play this game in like one sitting, and then that's that. There's a 1-up up here. I don't need it. But I'm gonna get it. Cool. It is cool, Simba. Actually, I'd prefer it if it was a health pack, because my health's at half. This is kind of weird. You're going up a waterfall by hanging on these rocks. There is a bug right there I could grab. But should I grab it or not? I got the checkpoint. It'll make me reset it. Nah, I don't need it. I've got 8 lives. I can just die and continue. Right? Hakuna Matata. That's not even like the right part of the song to sing that at. So you've got all these different branching paths for the waterfall that'll take you to different areas, and you can't walk your way back up. So it's kind of like, I don't know where to go really with the waterfall paths to take you to something good. So I'm assuming some of them will take you to like one with like a bug. The other one might give you some other kind of secret. Now this part was always challenging for me when I was a kid. I couldn't get the timing right and jumping up fast enough to get through these logs. But what you have to do is you have to jump on the logs. It's best to jump on the slowest moving one. And then I already messed that up, but running into it fast. But let's see if I can get back up there. No! What you have to do is you have to hit the logs. You want to jump on the slowest ones, preferably. And what you want to do is you want to get up the waterfalls. Oh wow, I don't think I went this path. I think it's better to go all the way to the right waterfalls, because this one will take you here, then you're stuck at the bottom, which, oh, I didn't even know the waterfalls, the logs on the waterfalls did that. That's kind of a cool animation style. Like, I don't know how they did that, but I guess they kind of just put 2 different types of logs in there. So what you want to do is go all the way to the right, which I didn't do this time either, so we're going to have a challenge with this. I want to try this again. So you can jump on these things. But I don't know, they don't really float all the way to the bottom of the waterfall, which makes sense. They go bob underwater a bit. But let's skip this. Don't go to that waterfall. Go to, like, this part of the waterfall. Just keep going to the right. That way you'll have a vantage point of jumping off from the middle towards the waterfall, and if you hold right on the controller, you can kind of like get your way up there. Oh, this is bad. So you gotta try to pick and choose which one you want to do. The Simba can jump pretty high, actually. And if you're running a little bit, you can jump a little further. But you just kind of gotta work your way and be patient up the waterfall. It seems like it takes forever, but sometimes it goes faster than you think. Okay. And I don't know if your weight affects anything on this, but I'm going to try to focus here for a bit, so let me be quiet for a sec. This is hard. This is not easy. I did this on a practice run, and it wasn't this bad. No! Oh, that took me down a lot. So you're basically racing against the water to get to the top of this dang old waterfall. I couldn't even make it anywhere. All that jumping for nothing. At least I didn't die, I guess. Jeez. No! Okay, well, I just died a few seconds after I said that. But basically what you want to do is you want to climb up the waterfall. And, well, I know I did this pretty easily on my test run, but I guess I just got lucky because this was, it's not fun. This part is not fun. It's not, like, completely BS, like, I just can't wait to be king or whatever, but, this isn't even the end of the level. There's more to this level. There might actually be 2 checkpoints. Which is a first for us, I believe. Hakuna Matata, jumping up the logs. I don't think this was in the movie. Eventually you'll see, like, a bridge, and you'll make it up there. There's a 1-up I could probably use to get that 1-up. But we're just gonna skip it, because I want to get past that so bad. Oh my god, there's the second checkpoint. Okay, we got the second checkpoint. Oh, and I died! Wow! I just fell in the water. It's kind of weird you can't swim at all. Oh, what the? Oh my god, I should have picked up that extra life. Oh my god. Okay, be careful, Kevin. What was I doing? I thought. Now there's these black widows that are bugs right there, and those will just hurt you a lot. I think they take like half your health, or they take at least a full hit of damage. Here's the boss of the level, which I'll show you how to play. You dodge him a couple... Oh, whoa, okay, never mind. I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it way wrong. I might be able to beat it, but, what you do is you wait for the, gorilla or whatever to, ow. He's really fast. He'll hit you, and then you jump over him. When he's doing the slam thing, he spanked me. He spanked me hard. What you do is you wait for the... So what you do to beat the boss is you're supposed to wait for him. There's a pattern of him throwing fruit at you, and then you don't want to get too close to him because you get really close, he'll smack you really hard like that. But he didn't hit me that time, but he can hit you pretty easily. So just a slam thing, you want to jump on his back, and you do it about 5 times. It's not like a 3-time boss. It's like, this is a pretty big boss, actually. This is like the first, like, I consider this the first boss of the game, really, because he's like the first one that's actually, like, hard. All the other ones have just been hyenas. You can also jump on him like that, like I just did. Ow! Whoa. But you want to dodge these balls, or whatever they are, like rotten fruit, or whatever he's done eating. Jump on him, like just that. Then he goes up here. It's all the same pattern kind of stuff. Those things will hurt you too, of course. Pretty much anything this guy does will hurt you, except for when he's like bending over and you can jump on his back. Even that hurts you. He rumbles the ground. It didn't look like anything hurt me there, but he rumbles the ground, and if you're holding on a cliff, it'll still hurt you. So it's kind of tricky. Oh, almost messed up. Almost off my cool there. Messed up my jump. Okay, well, yeah, you can jump on these things too, so that helps. But this guy's crazy. He's like Donkey Kong. He's crazy though. He's like, he has a fruit attack. He has a smack attack, so you can't even get close to him no matter what. then you gotta jump over him, and he'll shake the entire level, so the entire level will hurt you. And I always fall for that one, because he just goes right behind you. Looks like he's gonna leave, but he doesn't, because I always forget that it's a different phase. Okay. This guy's pretty hard. Like, compared to all the other things we've fought in the game, this is the hardest thing so far. Why can't I get up there? That was a little weird there. But yeah, this guy, he's hard, he's doable, but he's hard. So it might take a little while. I might actually have to use the continue. This one, he'll leave. He tricks you. He tricks you too. So not only is the boss hard, but he tricks you. He makes it seem like he's gonna leave. You can wait for these ones to go down. Wow. Okay. That kind of worked. And I think he goes over here, and then he'll go up to the top. Like, we have to hit him 2 more times, so... easier said than done. You want to kind of jump as they're, like, falling, and bounce on them. You can kind of hurt them, hit the fruits, but you kind of can't, too. I don't know, it's weird. I think we beat him. Okay, I guess that was the last hit. So we beat the gorilla. He kind of kills himself because he's crazy. Falls down. Really nice animations on the gorilla too, by the way. That's the end of Hakuna Matata level. And now we've got... for some reason there's no cutscene. I wish there was a cutscene. Maybe on the Sega version there's a cutscene. I don't know. Let me know, because I have that one too. I always thought the Super Nintendo one was better, but apparently there's some better animations and sound effects, preferably on the Sega version, which I also have. So there's no cutscene at all, which is weird. I wish this game had more cutscenes, because now we are adult Simba, not Cub Simba. On this stage, we're going to continue this next week, but I just want to show you real quick that we are adult Simba, and you can do an attack. So you actually have an attack now. You also have roar, same roar, sounds a lot better. Then you got, now with the ability to attack, there's going to be a lot more fighting in this game. So now, well, with Cub Simba, there wasn't too much fighting. They were just flipping over and rolling into enemies, and then a few little bosses and the hyenas and stuff. There wasn't too much fighting, really. So there'll be a little bit more fighting at this point. And also be a mechanic where you have to break away stuff with Simba's claws. And it kind of feels like... it feels like the same game, but it does feel a little bit different when you are adult Simba. So we'll continue this on next week. Alright everybody, that was it for tonight's Late Night Beard Show right here on Happy Beard Games. If you want to support me, please be sure to smash that like button, and then like that smash button. Subscribe for more classic gaming goodness, comment down below, share with your friends, and support me on my Ko-fi page. You can stay tuned for more classic gaming goodness right here on Happy Beard Games, and continue watching the Late Night Beard Show. Alright everybody, thank you for watching so much. Bye, and good night.